Hey, before we start this video, I need to make a really quick disclaimer. This is a vision update kind of thing after some appointments I had this week. On Monday, I went and got some imaging done on my retina and my eyes. And today I had an appointment with the doctor to discuss said images. If you do not like eyeball things, I tried to be detailed in giving as much information as I could, but I know some people really don't like these things, so this video is just talking, but I do mention, the retina, the cornea, parts of the back of your eyeball that are in your head. If that stuff, makes you feel squeamish or weird, this might not be the video for you. If you're okay with it like I am, I think this stuff is neat because it's what's happening to me, and I think these things need to be talked about. So, disclaimer out of the way. Also, I do not speak for blind people. This is my experience specifically. I am 28. I have retinopathy of prematurity. I have cataracts. I have glaucoma, and I have keratoconus. So, all of those things will be things I talk about in this video, but I wanted to put this at the beginning so it makes sense. Now, let's cut to past me to talk about the appointments and give you guys an update. All right, just got done with my second appointment, and I'm gonna do a more intensive breakdown and talking about it when I get home. But basically, things are simultaneously exactly as I thought they would be, better and more complicated. I wouldn't say worse, but more complicated. So when I get home, we'll talk about it, but I kind of have a path forward with my vision, so that is really cool. The doctor was awesome. I'll tell you more when I get home. All right, well, I'm home now. It's been a little while. My wife and I were just working on doing some cleaning around the house. I actually have a desk getting delivered today, so that's exciting. But I wanted to kind of break down what I can in a separate video. If I can do so, I will go through the images that we looked at today and talk more in depth about the images, with specific references and things. But I'm gonna break down what I learned today and what I think I'm gonna do going forward as far as my vision goes. So we're gonna start with my right eye, which is my worse eye, quote unquote. It's, a very central small spot of vision is all I have in my right eye. And we took imaging of the back of my eye and my retina. And so basically what we learned is that my retina behind that eye is fairly healthy. It exists such that it does. Overall, the doctor thinks I have about 20% of my retina that is usable. So 80% of my retina is either, scarred, beyond being usable, and or it's kind of moved a little bit. And so it's just not usable material. Of that 20%, I would guess a very small percentage, 3 to 5% of that is in my right eye. Maybe 6 or 7, but I don't know. And the other 13% is in my left eye. Now, my right eye, my retina is decent. I do have also a thing called keratoconus, which means that the lens of my eye is essentially cone-shaped rather than being a dome or a flatter shape. It's kind of triangulating. I had that a few years ago, got some treatment for it. I kind of thought it was gone, but she's like, nope, it's definitely there. So that's good to know, and I will likely be seeing a cornea specialist, cornea/cataract specialist soon to learn more about that. Cataract-wise, my right eye, the cataract is there, but it's not super significant, and so the TLDR on my right eye is, we'll keep an eye on it, but we're really going to ignore it unless there is a larger problem of some kind. The right eye is content to exist as it exists. Now, here's where things get interesting. In my left eye, I have much more vision. It's basically what I use functionally to look around a room, to, attempt to make sure I'm decently in frame when I film, to, play video games such that I do. It is definitely my more utilized eye. Now, here's what's interesting. There is a cataract in front of my left eye that is very, very significant. There is also a spot on my retina behind my left eye that detached. I don't know when, and I don't know if this was, she said it could have been, 10 months ago, could have been 10 years ago, could have been 10 days ago. Being a little dramatic there, but, we don't know exactly when it happened because this is the first time I'm getting imaging. But what she said was interesting is that essentially my body reacted to that detachment by placing scarring around that area and kind of cordoning it off. So that spot in my retina is healed, not functionally healed, but it is blocked off and it's kind of a no-fly zone for the rest of my retina. So the rest of the retina behind my left eye that isn't that spot is still attached and would be functional, but for this giant cataract in front of my eye that, if removed, will make surgery on my retina down the road possible and a heck of a lot easier if I go ahead with a cataract surgery to have that cataract removed and replace the lens in my left eye. Now, here's something that I've kind of alluded to on the channel, but I've never said outright, and that is that I am very, very risk avoidant, and I, going into today, was very anti-surgery because I don't want to risk losing the vision I have with complications or with something happening that would put any of my retina at risk. Now, removing the cataract would allow future surgery, if things get worse, to be done easier, and would also allow them to get a better look at the back of my eye to see what's going on with that retina if there are changes and further detachment in the retina on my left side. So what I'm thinking right now is, after talking with this doctor who was incredibly open and just candid, which I really, really appreciate, that was really, really helpful to me. Because I think a lot of doctors want to present surgery as, a miracle solution or that there's something there that may not be. And so the odds of me seeing a visual improvement with cataract surgery exist, but they're not great. We don't know what the state of my retina is kind of behind where the cataract is. And so we're not really going to be sure of how it impacts things until it's done. So next steps for me are going to be seeing a specialist who can talk to me more specifically about my corneas and the lenses and, the cataract situation to see what might be next in terms of a cataract surgery. So that's where we're going to leave it for now. I'm hoping to get the images and access to them so I can do a breakdown, because I think not enough people talk about kind of the nitty gritty. And if you don't like eye things, I'm sorry, I don't want to gross anyone out or freak anyone out, but this is my life. This is, the reality for me. And I would rather present it as it is and walk through it, talk through it, and allow you to be part of it as well. So I hope you'll join me for future updates and things as we continue this kind of journey. Next evaluation with this doctor, probably post-cataract surgery, will be in the spring. So right now, I need to see this specialist and look at cataract surgery, which I am inclined at this point to go forward with. I don't like it, I'm not happy about it, but I will do it because I think it makes sense for the future of my vision and my situation. So that's the update after appointment number 2. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see what happens over the next 6 months or so with all of this, subscribe, because this and many more things will be coming on the channel. So appreciate you. I hope you're spending some good time with friends and family here. It is Black Friday as this is being uploaded, so get some good deals. If you're in the Midwest, go pick up the things that you need at a good deal and brag about them when your friends compliment you for them later. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace.